Right, today we're going to be cooking a nice BIR chicken Tikka biryani. Now for those that don't know what BIR stands for, basically it means British Indian Restaurant. So basically the channel is geared towards British taste buds, those of us that are used to eating our curries in Indian restaurants and takeaways since the 1960s and onwards. So this is not an authentic biryani. Who's got the time to be stacking up the rice in casserole pots and layering the chicken and then all the caramelized onions and all the bits and bobs and rosewater and baking it in the oven with a pastry top, only to take out the oven to find you've basically got a nice burnt mess. So we're going to be doing it the way the Indian restaurants do, nice and quick but super tasty. The video is going to be a bit different this week in that, unlike other episodes where I show you all the ingredients and read you out all the measurements, for the sake of time and simplicity, I'm going to leave all the written ingredients in the description box below as usual, so it's nice and clear and easy to understand. Now, as I said, this is a chicken tikka biryani. You don't have to use chicken tikka, you can just grill some chicken, chop it up, or bake some chicken, or not even have chicken in it. But I do love a bit of chicken tikka, as you well know. So we'll be doing some chicken tikka today, and that's why I'm doing it slightly different, because it's like two bits or two recipes in one. Bear with me on this one, because in reality, it's really simple, but you'll see that in due course. Now, I must stress that rice and the quality of your rice is really important, as much as getting a roast potato to remain firm when you bake it in the oven. Buy the wrong potatoes, you're going to get a powdery, fluffy mess. Get the right potatoes and you'll have perfect roasts. But what's potatoes got to do with rice? Well, rice is just the same. If you just get the standard, cheapest basmati rice from your supermarket, I can assure you, you will not be able to produce a good biryani. In actual fact, once you've boiled the rice, you're probably going to end up with something like semolina or porridge. And you'll say, why can I never do rice right? Well, the first step is to buy good quality rice. Some of the brands you may not have even been aware of, but that you buy in your local Asian shops or the world food aisles in your larger supermarkets. Now, the best rice I can recommend to you is Kohinoor Gold, Tilda Grand, but the one I use is VT Mega. Now, this one is amazing in that, a bit like a Cyprus potato stays firm when you boil it or roast it, the grains stay firm and whole when you boil them. So perfect for biryani and pilau rice or plain rice. Good quality basmati rice. So I really do implore that you get some good quality rice. That's the foundation. Right, before we start the recipe, I just want to clear something up. Some of you may have seen my last recipe, the chicken vindaloo. And I said that the vindaloo actually came from Germany, the name, vind meaning wind and loo meaning loo, toilet. It was a joke. It was a total joke. I've had hundreds of messages and some emails explaining to me the true origins of vindaloo that I already know. I've done my research, I've been doing this for long enough. But you all took me too seriously. You thought I was telling the truth, it was just a joke. Anyway, so laugh along and don't take life too serious. Of course it doesn't mean wind and loo. It does mean what Google says it means. Thank God for Google. Right, so let's crack on with the chicken tikka. Right, also in this recipe, I'm going to take the opportunity to showcase some of my spice blends, because some of you at home, you're aware that I've got a spice range that I sell through Spicy Joe's, but some of you are a bit vague on how to use them. So today I'm going to use my chicken tikka blend, which you can buy or you can make for free, because the recipe actually is on my channel with all the ingredients detailed, so you can just make it, or use whatever chicken tikka recipe you have, or even if you need to, use a patax. But I'm going to be using my chicken tikka blend, which I have behind me here. I'm going to show you exactly how to use it and how simple it really is. So we're going to start off with around 150 grams of natural Greek yogurt, a teaspoon of sugar. Right, this is my tikka blend, and all I'm going to add to this is 3 tablespoons. Got everything in it, all the herbs and spices that you need. 1, 2, 3. A squirt of lemon juice. We're going to make marinade. Now, one of the secrets to doing the tikka marinade is you don't want it to be too thick. We're going to add some milk to thin this out. Otherwise, you're going to end up with like a clay substance on your chicken. That's it. Give that a nice mix through. I'm going to add a dash of colour into that because it looks a little bit too anemic for me. Again, this is optional. You can also use beetroot powder as well if you want to be healthy. That's it, so that's the tikka marinade all done. Throw in your chicken. We are using 600 grams of British chicken mini fillets. Now mini fillets are really perfect for this dish because they're really easy and quick to cook, and also they are nice and tender. Now obviously if you want to trim off all the little bad bits, go ahead, but for the sake of the video it's all going in. Right, make sure they're all coated. That's perfect. Now usually I would say leave these for a minimum of 3-4 hours, even better overnight. But for the sake of this video, we're going to cook them straight away, then get on with the rice. So I'm going to be air frying these. Just lay them out in your air fryer. We're going to be cooking them for around 12 minutes. So slam those in your air fryer, turn it on, set it to air fry 190 for 12 minutes. 190 for 12 minutes, match, start. While we're in it, and while I've selected my Stella machine's back, guys. We're back in business. Cheers, everyone. Let's put you back. Right, so over to the rice. So I've measured out 540 grams dry of this VT rice. And what we're going to do is we're going to fill up the largest saucepan of water that you have. So it's really important that you use your largest pan, and you'll see why later in the video. So once you've brought that to the boil, get it nice and boiling, and we're going to start to add all the individual spices. You know, the black pepper, the cumin seeds, the turmeric, which is natural and it's going to turn the water nice and yellow, bay leaves, and all the rest of those spices, the cinnamon, the cardamoms, the black cardamoms, etc, etc. We're going to boil that rice for around 9 to 10 minutes, test it just before the end, and then once it's cooked, drain it in the sink. Drain it fully. Once it's fully drained, take the lid off and let all the steam out. And mix up 1 teaspoon of red colouring with a tiny amount of water, say a teaspoon or 2 of water, and then you want to pour that into the rice to dye it. This is what gives those biryanis in the restaurants those lovely rainbow-like colours. Cover that and allow it to cool, and once it's cooled, place it in the fridge overnight. Now, it's very important that you cook your biryani from a standpoint where your rice is cold. You cannot go from boiling to biryani. It will break the rice. It will go all mushy and gungy. So let's get on with the rest of the biryani. Here's the rice that I did yesterday, and it's nicely set. Right, put that to the side. Right, turn your flame on and add some oil. Fry the onions for around 15 minutes because we want to make them nice and soft. Throw in your onions and all the garlic, and we're going to come back to these in around 15 minutes. Caramelise them, don't burn them. Very important that you get the onions right. Well, I'm just going to turn the tikkas over. Right, so the onions are going nicely. We've got 8 minutes to go on them, but my chicken tikka's done. Let's take a look. Nice. Put that to the side. Right, onions are coming on nicely. 5 minutes to go. Right, time's up, guys, and let's check on the onions. Yeah, cooked to perfection. I had timed this, so I know this is the perfect time. So they are absolutely cooked and caramelised nicely, perfect for the biryani. So now we want to push all the onion to the side. And now we're going to use 3 tablespoons of ghee. I'm using butter ghee. This is going to give that lovely authentic flavour to the rice. You can use any oil you wish, but in a biryani, the ghee is really nice. So melt the ghee down. We've got a mixture of oils in this. And we're going to add our spices. and get ready to season up the rice. You want to add the curry leaves, the mixed powder, the coriander and cumin powder, and mix that into the oil. Fry for around 30 seconds, just to take out any rawness and bitterness in the spices. And we're going to start ladling in the rice. So start putting in some of the rice. Remember, this is fridge cold, so it's important that it gets warmed right through. That's it, turn all the onion in. Get the gas up now, turn the temperature up a little more. Coat that in all them spices. Really important that it's all covered nicely. Add some more rice. Actually, throw it all in. Well, now at this stage, because it's all dry and cold, we're going to create a little steam just by adding just a splash of water. You can hear the heat. Now, it's really important for me anyway, you have a really nice big non-stick pan. I mean, this, if you love curries, anything to do with curry, this SQ Professional is the way to go. It's big enough, it's got a massive surface area. That's it. So, I mean, it's really, really getting hot in there. And now we're going to add the coriander. So that's another colour, we've got our green going on in there. And look how loose the grains are, look how that's, oh my God, look at the colours, the reds, the yellows, the greens, the caramelised onions as well. That is absolutely beautiful. Right, another splash of water, tiny amounts. Just so it creates the steam. And now we're going to put in all the lovely tikka. Now, the only ingredient I haven't added yet is salt. Add salt to taste and a squirt of lemon. I forgot the lemon. Start off with like a teaspoon of salt, but you want it to taste nice and savoury, so let it snow on the rice so it's nice and even. Turn that nice and gently. Don't be too rough with it. Beautiful. And last but not least, a nice squeeze of lemon. Now, obviously we've got the yellow, red and green. If you want to take it to that next level, you know when you're boiling the rice, have a nice little saucepan on the side and do some white rice. Obviously cook them at the same time, so you could throw some white in there as well. Well, let me give this a taste. My God, delicious. Gonna add a little more salt, half a teaspoon. Oh my God, it's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous, that is. Where is my lid? Gonna put the lid on just for 2 minutes while I get a bowl ready. Let's plate this up. That is absolutely gorgeous. You've got to admit, haven't you? It's going to be a taste sensation. It's Just one last little sprinkling of coriander on the top. And a nice twist of lemon. Sensational. Oh, my head's chopped off. Oh, I'm particularly tired after this episode. Don't know why, it's quite late in the evening as well. And I've had a busy day already, but I wanted to get this out because I wanted to share it with you guys at home. Now it's time for the taste test. Let's tuck into this. Absolutely beautiful. Can you see that? I mean, you're immediately in an Indian restaurant. You just feel the vibe like you're there. This is absolutely stupendously good. You've got to try this at home. Doing a chicken naga fowl, and it's going to be called Gandhi's Revenge. Oh my God. I'm even thinking about eating the whole lot myself or sharing it with Big John, who was in my previous fowl video. Go and check it out if you never saw that. I couldn't even get through one mouthful. So just for your entertainment and to give myself a little bit of colonic, I might actually eat at least half the dish for the fun of it and see how I get on with that. But anyway, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you again very soon. Love you all. I'm Al, and I'm out of here.